Okay.
Hi, I'm Chris Pang.
Hi, I'm Alvin.
Hi, I'm Adeline.
So we are from the A Circle, and then today is actually our first episode.
That is very important for us,
Yeah.
how we want to start and why we want to start.
Yeah.
Actually, what is your inspire to start this podcast?
Let me tell you about myself. I'm actually a serialpreneur. I used to open a retail pharmacy group, but then I sold my business. From then on, actually, I started another 3 more company. So after I sold my company, I decided to come back to teach a lot of people about entrepreneurship. Fun is sad, everything is something like drama. That's what. Alvin, how about you?
I'm a physiotherapist by profession. I look at myself as an entrepreneur as well. Totally understand the Chris, the up and down, the high and low. It's when you start your own business, when this entrepreneurship, there are a lot of things that we are still learning. Even like right now, we are still learning about all these entrepreneurships, all this journey. The reason why I want to, start up this podcast, right, with Chris and Adeline, is because we have aligned vision that we want to learn something from the experts, the A's, so that we can share to people the knowledge as well. Because we have been through certain difficulties, certain obstacles or challenges that we have to learn it by ourselves, by experimenting it to try out, oh, this works and then this doesn't work. Instead of like learning it by ourselves, we can share our experience together and learn from each other. That's why we start up with this podcast.
That is very important point actually, both of you share that. Because I have been through my journey, it's like decades to start out my entrepreneurship. But in between there, actually a lot of times we are looking at, wow, how successful they are and all this. And I'm very glad that actually we can be more raw and also unfiltered, which is we can share, which is how we success and how we go through the path that when setback, then how you will be resilient to obstacles. That is very important point. So it's good that we have this podcast so that we can lead together and grow together on this.
Yeah, actually, that's what our reason, our why to start this podcast. So if you are first time listen to us, I hope that you follow us. We are the ACE Circle. So in between, if you always have any questions about us or any things you need to ask, we actually will put the link of our email. Contact. Just email us anything. We will always try to answer your questions.
Yeah. Who is the best suitable audience which can come to our dive into our podcast?
Anyone actually, right?
Yeah,
anyone,
right? Who wish to, want to.
Yes, I mean, because we are not just talking about entrepreneurships, like for myself, from a healthcare industry, and also Chris, because he is also in pharmacy.
Still in healthcare business. Still in healthcare business.
Yes. You know?
And at the same time, actually, we also can invite those successful entrepreneurs from different industry, giving to share how they success in their entrepreneurship.
Because to be successful, there are always pain behind. Most of you actually seeing how successful this guy is driving what car, but that doesn't really show that what actually behind they might have suffered from maybe some of them actually from bankruptcy to now become someone famous. It's good actually for us, you learn what they do and make sure it doesn't walk the same path they did, which is their mistakes. And we also learning, you learn also, we are learning also.
Yeah. And sometimes actually through their experience and we also encounter that problem, then at least we have an idea how to go and solve that problem and we can save our time. The most important thing I think is save the time.
Time is very valuable because we can earn back the money, but we can't earn back our time.
True.
When we talk about mistakes, let's start from Chris. I mean, because you're a serial entrepreneur. So I believe there are a lot of challenges during this journey,
Yeah.
Maybe you can share 1 or 2 with us, like what is the most that makes you cry at home? or almost want to cry at home, during this journey. And then, but you actually manage to break through and, you learn something from it that you want to share with us.
There are actually many, I think close to 20 plus years, close to 30 years, we were in this retail pharmacy, not started by me, actually started by my dad, but we expanded. But because expansion, it looks glamour at time because, wow, suddenly you have this is 10 outlets, those things. But behind the problem was actually when you're growing too big, it's the staff that's another issue. When you have 10, you have 3, you have 4, easy for you to control. You still can manage to go to their outlet to visit. But when you have 10, it's like you are communicating with a group of people. So people having people, we so-called with politics inside, it makes us sometimes frustrated when our instruction to them is never executed. And they only execute when we are around. So from then on, I learned the DISC, the personality test, to find out that suitable people go for with who team up together. And this actually works very well when I really learn about this thing. And DISC also another thing that I pay for it to have mentor to come in. So a lot of things actually when you want to, sure you have a mentor but he won't tell you much, get a bigger one. For example, if you follow some of the biggest people in the world like Winston, John Lee, actually learn from them. You pay, but you learn a lot. That's what I do. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how we met also. I mean, because we have the same mentor.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? That's very true. Like, knowing their personality test, and because everyone will have their own different personality, and then they are more maybe strength and the
weakness
thing.
point.
Yeah, to be honest, I do not like to use the word weakness, but something for them to improve.
Yes, you are right.
So like I've actually done DISC as well, the test, and also there's another one. It's called Strength Finder from Gallup.
Gallup.
Yes.
Okay.
So after doing all these tests, right, I understand myself better. I know that these things that I need to work on, and these are the things that I'm actually good at. So instead of focusing on the things that I'm trying to improve, right, might as well I can work on the things I'm good at, and then we just kind of
skill
outsource or skill up. Ask other people who are good at it to do the things that you're not good at. Yeah. So totally understand, where Chris is coming from. And how about you, Adeline?
I also agree about that. If not, let's say for example, I'm more to dominant and Chris also dominant. So we will not. You also dominant.
Actually, I'm okay. In between.
At least when we know what our character is already, then we know how to position it, and we try to how to collaborate on all our things, work together, and grow from there.
Yeah. I mean, it is very important to understand that, because sometimes we may get frustrated, why you're not doing this? Why are you such as, let's say, to us sometimes maybe it's very simple, but to the other person maybe it's a bit tough for them. Yes. Then we cannot understand. And
when we understand them already, then we can communicate well, right?
Yeah.
What tasks we need to give to them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, one of my experience is to me is, because just how we say, right, we are very dominant. So we are quite D, we want things to get done
fast.
And in certain ways, for me, I want it to be done in certain ways. So when my ex-staff was doing something and then it didn't meet my deadline, so I was just, to be honest, I was just asking her why are you not doing this, and how long will you need? And guess what? She started I was like, okay, I did scold you. But yeah.
But sometimes cannot take it.
Yes, sometimes we cannot take it. But after I learned all these tests, right, I reflected back, and then I was like, okay, maybe because it's something simple to me may not be simple to her. So that's why nowadays I'm a bit more chill, I would say, more relaxed. But I'm not sure, Chris, have you, because you handle a few companies, right?
And also so many staff, manpower. So
no, actually, if anyone actually working under me, you will find that I always the crazy one in the office.
Sure, but your face is so serious.
Really, must smile more. But actually, I'm the craziest one in the thing. So usually, what I do is I want the office to have fun. Fun in terms that not that actually they will slack in their works, but fun in terms treat everything should be fun. Because this one I got from one of my mentor actually. He actually tell me, even the guy actually very sad or he's actually very moody, he doesn't really think right. So when you have fun, sometimes you come up with all crazy ideas, think outside the box. That's what actually I ask my staff to do it. But sure, there are some people, Like say, I'm not a real dominant one, but some people actually I give instruction, it's like they drag their feet, but or if we're going to sit beside her, then actually I cannot tolerate. Sometimes that when I sit with them, I look at their work, they actually, I tell them a deadline, I must need this by 5 o'clock. They actually finish by 5 o'clock for me. It's just that the process is so slow. If you sit beside her, I definitely cannot tolerate lah. But that's what, when you do all these sort of tests, you get your right team people. Certain people are very good on doing numbers. Certain people are doing very good on paperwork. And some are really like, they can do a lot of marketing, they can boost sales, but they don't follow details. So you get these people actually, store one, they'll go and call up, hello, my team come and see you. They are. So you need a different team of people. And this is what a good corporation will work.
Agree on that. Yeah, true. Then the company can be more harmony. Then I do my task, then you do your task, then will be.
Yeah, it's actually, so until now, all my ex-staff still treat me as one of their family. So so that's the thing lah. So when they have any children wedding, I must be there.
It's like a papa over there.
Yeah.
That's why now you call yourself is Wild Papa.
Yeah, I'm a Wild Papa. My nickname is actually Wild Papa. Then I think maybe we talk about that later.
You can learn a lot of things from Chris Huang and also Alvin in the sense that at a different angle. What do you think that entrepreneur must have in their personality?
I think, to me, is the persistent. I mean, the reason why I say persistent is because sometimes you may fail, and then because a lot of us, I believe, we have the fear. And after we try one time and 2 times, then maybe like, oh, maybe I won't succeed in that task, and then we just give up. Like, let's say James Dyson, okay? So everyone knows Dyson, right? So how many times he has failed, I believe like, maybe people do not know. He failed actually like 5,000 times, plus 5,000 plus. And we only fail like 1-2 times. That actually inspired me. I only tried like 1 time or 2 times. Why, people take a long time to succeed, to get where he is. But we only see the success side of him. Like, oh wow, Dyson, become famous. Everyone is now, using the brand of Dyson. But after knowing the story, it's like how he can actually be so passionate. That's another quality that I think we should have.
Yeah.
Is that be passionate about your work, about the things that you do. You love to do it. That's why you won't be feeling like you're working every day. Just like my physio, I don't feel like I'm actually working. I'm feeling like I'm just meeting my friends, my clients, just like talking to them and then just treat them and solve their problems. Because sometimes to me, when they tell me their stories, like as in like their problems, I'm like, interesting, okay, let me solve it. It's just like, I like to solve the problems. So once I'm able to solve it, right, I feel very satisfied that I'm able to help them.
Correct.
So passionate and persistent, because like just like I said now, persistent, even the same for physio. Maybe the first time didn't work, may not able to see the result yet, but the second time, the third time, you will see the improvement of it. So that's why you need to be persistent. So how about you, Chris?
What you say is actually very true. That's when we are in retail. It's not about money. Actually, when you are doing your passion well, and the money actually will come. It's just that you feel something like in your deep down, you know that actually you help someone. Actually came back and then say, thank you, Chris, you helped me. Sometimes, actually, I'm a very emotional guy. When they say these things, usually my tears will actually roll. But to me, other than this passion, which is also what I'm doing now, podcast and my business, actually, because something when I'm enjoying doing it, I don't feel it's a task. I don't feel it's difficult. But a lot of problem nowadays, especially younger people, the mindset and also the attitude is actually very important. When you actually mindset, you actually there are growth mindsets. You always can see some of the staff actually when they are trying to do their work well, whether you are going to help people, working for other people, or you want to do entrepreneur, the growth mindset actually is very important. When you have a nice and right mindset, a lot of things you can accomplish. But on top of that, you must have right attitude. You're willing to learn. A lot of people think they are so good. They may know let's say they may know how to make a cup, but there are so many masters out there even make a better cup than you. So you must have attitude, always be humble, learning. There's even myself now at this age, I'm still learning every day. To me, the learning part is very important. So this is how you improve your attitudes and your mindset. Okay.
Actually, I agree with what Alvin saying just now. What our mentor Winston saying that when you're afraid of something, then you do it. That they
You do until you love it.
When we start, we do, then we know that satisfied we can done the job, so that you won't have that problem or scared to step out the first step.
Yeah.
And also the mindset is quite important. What Chris shared with us. The mindset, when you have a positive mindset, you want to get things done, for sure you can do it. You can finish all the tasks, although you have a lot of obstacles, you will still also manage to find a way to do it.
It is the taking the first step. I think a lot of us actually will, because the first step itself,
Fear, scared.
Yeah, we feel scared. That's why we are not able to cross that first step, and then we just keep thinking in our mind that I may fail, people will look at me this way. So that stops us from coming out from the comfort zone, and we just not gonna do it. And you guys know what's the richest land in the world? What's the richest land?
I'm not sure.
It's actually the graveyard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because a lot of times we just bring our dreams. When after we die, we just bring our dreams together.
But the money still.
Yeah, because we have dreams, we have some goals that we want to achieve.
Understand now.
But because of the first step that we didn't manage to get through, so we just we just I'm not gonna do it. When I'm getting old, then I'll be thinking what if I done this when I was younger?
Oh, now I get.
You get it?
Yes. If we take initiative to go and do it, we can see the
result.
But we always sometimes scared or we did not start the journey.
Yeah.
So we bring all the dream.
Yeah. I mean, after we die, everyone will die. Okay, just for information.
Somehow.
So that, you are right.
Yeah.
The richest land is that all the dream is inside
the
there.
graveyard. Yes. After I know this fact, right, it's yes, of course, maybe some of the projects that let's say we want to do, it may succeed or it may not succeed, but at least we tried.
And that is the journey for us to learn and footstep.
Yeah, our first footstep into that industry or whatever things that we want to do.
So I would urge everyone that is listening right now, just come out from a comfort zone, just take the first step to at least try it out or talk to people. You can just email to us to ask for guidance, or we can just share our knowledge as well. Talk to your friends, talk to the mentors that's able to help you. Yeah, I think that's very important.
And also actually the A Circle, this podcast, we are also trying to get successful entrepreneur, which is willing to share their happiness, successful, and also how they go through their obstacle. And you can learn from them.
So the happy and also the sad part.
The experience from them. Then when we have this obstacle or problem, then we know how to encounter it.
Yeah, it's just that if we give you shortcuts, we give you shortcuts. They have done those steps, and if it doesn't work, why you want to follow the same step again?
Yes.
Right. So sometimes it's a shortcut, but I think at the end of the things that you need to know if you are going for entrepreneur, there will always be lonely, there will be sad, and then sometimes no one to talk to, because to me most of the time the one that actually give you negative thought is actually your closest family and your closest friend. They say no, it doesn't work, I read in Facebook like that one didn't work. So you actually go to get a good tips like us or good mentor, and just some of those names I mentioned, and whatever, read books, listen to a podcast, watch YouTubes, to have a positive mindset, ideas, positive mindsets to set your journey. That's, I think, is most important.
And also another one is that we always heard network is
Network, So you need to know us. We actually have all the
and
networks.
Also we have a lot of successful entrepreneurs lined up for our interviews.
Yeah, so make sure you follow our channel.
You will actually get some of them names you might not heard, but you know how big their business behind.
Yes.
So that's what actually those people are. We really wanted to learn also from them.
Yes.
And while we learning, you also learn. That's what we are doing this A Circle.
This the purpose of the A Circle, to learn and to share the knowledge, and also sharing the up and downs.
That is very important actually, because always we are look at all successful people. Wow, so happy and but we don't know at the back how resilient they go and fight for it.
How many times they fall, you don't know.
Just now we were mentioning just now the James Dyson. So after reading the story like 5,000 times, I was like mind blown. I was like 5,000 times. I'm not sure whether I can
A
do it
lot,
or not.
a lot of them are like that. Even the J.K. Rowling, our Harry
Yes,
Potter's
Harry
book
Potter.
also.
Yep.
She met so many people actually reject her book.
Yep.
And then even they started the rent a place for a bed, because they want to earn money. So they rent their apartment bed to someone who actually wanted to pay for it. Then this idea came, but they actually also, when they pitch these things to a lot of people, people also reject. Where heck of people to share the houses they are staying to other people? So that's why all these things actually you can read. Is that not that actually we coin up these stories? You always can read their stories, and by reading their stories, sometimes you get inspiration. That's what I do.
We will reserve for our episode 2.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
much more important detailed stuff inside there.
Dive in
Stay
deeper.
tuned to our
Gonna dive in deeper.
Yeah.
podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.